Right, it's been a minute since I've done this. Okay, let's see if this actually works. Ha! It does! Okay, that's stage one. Stage one works. Good, okay. I may change the background on this depending what the new design is gonna be like. The color palette will not change because I'm a sucker for purple. But the overall design obviously will. Obviously I'm still on my laptop. I will be making the switch to desktop fairly soon. Now that I have all of the pieces. But this is gonna be my little avatar. I've nicknamed her Cherry. Don't know why. I just saw it and it's like, yeah, Cherry. That kind of sticks. So yeah. This is basically just model off a photo of me that isn't completely terrible. Because I'm not good at taking photos of myself. I'm really, really not. Okay, but stage one works. It responds to my microphone. Now I need to see if stage two works, which is testing it with a game. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute my mic when I start playing, or so during gameplay, and then hopefully it will not react if I've done this right. I really hope I've done this right. I really, really hope I've done this right. Okay. Also, I don't know if it's just because I'm playing this through Epic Game, the Epic Games one or not, but for some reason I can't find... There used to be a Twitch integration thing on this in the options, but I'm not seeing it. Because that was quite fun. Right, I'm just going to do a quick start. Let's see what happens here. Luckily, I was able to recover this from my other saves. So this is actually the version that's saved on my phone. Well, the game save is on my phone, because that one has all the DLC. Well, it has most of the DLC. I don't think I've got every DLC. I'm trying to remember which one this is. Oh, I should have just stuck. If I was going to do the music testing, I should have just stuck to the first level. Well, I can see how long I'll last until I don't die. Will I make it the full 20 minutes? I don't know. We shall have to see. Did I walk past all the bonuses? I did. I'm an idiot. Movement speed, damage, optimize health. Oh, my favorite one. Speeding up the health regen. Because yeah, there used to be Twitch integration with this. Because I did stream this before. But that was through... that was through Game Pass. Whereas this one is from Epic. I'm also playing this with a controller. I can play Vampire Survivors with a keyboard. I just prefer, movement-wise, using a controller. I just find the movement is a lot smoother with a controller. I've even seen it when I'm playing on my phone because I have a Bluetooth controller. Shout out to my brother for for letting me loose on the Xbox Design Lab for my birthday a couple of years ago to make my own controller. So I will connect that to, well, it's now my old phone. Michael Kleins. Why did I grab the skull? Why did I grab the skull? I'm an idiot. Attack, duration of weapon effects, projectile speed, yes. Projectile speed is definitely handy, especially when you use the characters that have got the guns. That is a giant crab. That was a giant crab. So it seems... I'm wanting to watch this through. Is it actually still working? Is the PNG thing still working? Is it still working? According to my screen, it is. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is for, no, with 3 minutes. So, for about the next minute, I'm gonna mute my microphone. And hopefully, if I've done this right, the little character will not react. Because that's what I'm wanting to have happen. So I'm going to mute my mic in 3, 2, 1. And I'm back again. Right, did that work? Because on my little thing, because I run the stream on my phone, just to make sure it's actually working from like a outside, like a viewer perspective, it didn't seem to move. Which is the goal. Okay, now, another test. I'm gonna play one of my alerts and see what happens. Oh, okay. I'm gonna play this one because it's a little bit longer, and hopefully the avatar will not react.
I have anxiety! That means I'm in my shell and have a hard time expressing myself! I find it difficult to engage with others! So everyone shut the f*** up because my anxiety is up here right now!
It didn't move. I think think I've managed actually to make this work. Because it doesn't react to the game audio. Doesn't react to any alerts. It didn't really move when I muted my mic. I think. Don't tell me I've cracked it on like the first go. There's no way. There's no way I've nailed it on the first try. What is happening? What's gonna go? I'm just waiting for something to go wrong. Cause something will inevitably go wrong. This is me. Okay. So it works. The placement's okay. It's just in the top right. Let's see, I'm still working on another design for when I make the switch over. Because honestly, I don't know if I'm keeping Streamlabs or not. Or whether I'm just going to switch to OBS. Because there's pros and cons either way. The biggest con, I think, with OBS is I would literally be starting from scratch. But, you know, that's what trial and error is for, so... Okay. Let's see how long I last with this. I'll do a couple of quick... I'll do a couple of runs. And then I'll need to see what... Because I like this having the Twitch integration. Where it was that chat could decide what, like, obstacles I got, what power-ups I got. Oh, yes, I love that little fire stick. I keep going back to that D&D thing, it's because I don't care how big the room is, I cast Fireball. I actually have the initials. I made the initials of that into a little bracelet. Because I have all the beads and stuff for making bracelets. And I did actually use one that's the initials of I don't care how big the room is, I cast Fireball. Okay, what have we got? It's been a while since I've played this. I keep forgetting what all the symbols are. Ebony. Oh, right. You can tell it's been a while since I've played this. That I don't recognize some of the symbols straight away. There are some that I do. Because obviously some of them are blatantly obvious. But some of the other ones I don't necessarily recognize straight away. Also, I don't recognize them on a larger screen, because usually when I've been playing it's been on my phone, which is obviously a smaller screen. But yeah, thanks to the wonder of Ponko accounts, I was able to get the save data from the game on my phone. It was mainly for the DLC that I did it, because I don't want to go through the hassle of getting the DLC again. It's like, well, I've already got it. Can I just use my Ponko account to transfer the cloud save? It's like, yes, I can. Although it did mean I had to listen to all the notification pings again. So that was one downside. Yep. It's the gold ring or the silver ring that's the better one? Because I know there's a thing you can do if you have the Oh, I forget what it's called. The power-up that stops time. Looking at my symbols, I don't think I have it. So it's pointless getting both. So now I'm just trying to remember if it's the gold or the silver one. Oh no, the Grimoire won't tell me. Grimoire was hoping. Oh. I genuinely can't remember which one it is. Because there's one that increases my abilities, and then there's one that increases the enemy's abilities. And I can never remember which is which. It's the same with the arrows. Like, one is a help, one is a hindrance. I can never remember which one. That is one big ass crab. Huh, didn't get a crate. I usually get a crate when I take those out. Or like a treasure chest. You usually get those when you take out the bigger enemies. Okay. This is right hand away. Definitely that. Fire more projectiles. Yes, please. Reduces weapon cooldown. That's a good one. And Terajitsu revives once with 50% health. I think with the power-ups I have, I get one revive as standard. So this just adds another one. You know what, I'm going up anyway, I might as well go... Right, I'm gonna... Hang on. Which one am I closer to? Can I... Zoom, 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 zoom. I want to say purely because I've been traveling down, I'm closer to the gold one. So I'll try that one, because I'm just thinking usually once it gets past 10 minutes, that's when it gets very chaotic. I'm just waiting for what's gonna come at 10 minutes. Right, let's see. Level 19, that's pretty good. I do have a little bonus. That means I do... I think I get it like a... Oh god, it's crabs. It's an army of crabs. No, 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 no. Run, 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 run. Run away from the crabs. Oh, them coming up from all sides is messing with my eyes a little bit. Oh. What the hell? Oh dear god, I'm doomed. I really hope I'm near this ring. Ah! Giant crab! Giant crab! Run away! Run away from the giant crab. Run far, far away from the giant crab. Because I do know that when I get near the ring, I'll get the not quite Reaper things. There's usually one at each ring, regardless of whether it's the good one or... There it is! The Lancet, that's what I was trying to... Okay, so I actually don't know if that's the good one or the bad one. I was trying... But, yeah, the Lancet does, so I guess I'll go and grab the other one as well. Why did the box behind? I did, I left the chest behind. That's like glowing arrows, what I thought. I left the chest behind because I'm an idiot. Ooh. Bing. Okay. Oh, okay. Reduces incoming damage, which is handy because I have Bugger with the cloak. Coming at me. Ah! I have fire! Somebody gave me fire! I love that little clip because it is like the two sides of my personality. So you had the little girl being all like dainty and everything. And like safe and being like really careful and conscientious and everything. And then you just have the Chaos Gremlin. Be like, somebody gave me fire. Not that I think that child is an actual gremlin, it's just that the idea of like the Chaos Gremlin has been unleashed with fire. Where did the mini cloaks come from? Big cloaks got mates, what the hell? Why did you get a squad? Okay, it really has been a while since I've played this. Where the hell did the mini-me's come from? This is also the worry that with this game of Tifa, the further time I get into it, it's like, oh, I am dropping frames. That was only 15 minutes. Yeah, I'll take the quit. Right, so yeah, that's the bats. Standard skeletons, zombies, mudmen, flowers, ghosts, werewolf. Oh, they're meant to be made of dust! I thought they were made of mold! I thought they were mold, not dust. Okay, lion head. milk. Dragons, polar guy. Yeah, hags. So where? Okay, lizards. Where's? That's all the different plants. I thought those were meant to look like, these kind of look like golems. Or what I imagine golems to look like. Yeah, there's still quite a lot I haven't. Discovered, alright. Yeah, the bone. Those things. Oh. Oh. I've only ever defeated them once. It took forever. Yeah, no wonder it's got 10,000 HP. Right, so you've got these ones. Got the sun and the moon. City one. Oh, they're only in that world. Okay. Why is it called garlic? Yeah, the trainee reapers, yeah. Okay, so that makes sense if they're only in Moonglow. Okay. Because I did wonder, it's like, when did you get friends? Okay, so that actually makes... Yeah, let's see. But yeah, that... Oh, there's a whole bunch. But yeah, that... let me see if I can go back to it. Skitamark. That is a swine to beat. Yeah, 10,000 HP. And the thing is, the longer you leave it, the bigger it gets. Like, it becomes massive. Like, I've seen it take over half the screen. Actually, no, I want to leave the adventures. Okay, so I took... Who shall I take? You know what, actually I just want to do... Let's just do another quick start. Okay, this is the library. But no, I didn't realize... I thought these were like mold. I didn't realize they were dust. I've got Fireball! Yes! Love it when I get Fireball. You get the old school, like Fireball art. Like graphic. It's so fun. That's probably part of the reason why I like this game, because it harkens back to the games I played when I was a kid. Because I grew up with like the original Nintendo, the ZX Spectrum, like Sega Mega Drive, the original Game Boy. Like, that's what I grew up with. That's what I grew up playing. You know, it was a big thing when my brothers got the first PlayStation. That was like a big thing. I mean, I still remember being excited about getting a Nintendo Wii. I just don't have it. That's something I would genuinely love to do with this, is to get those hooked up. Because I think I've definitely got PlayStation 2. I've definitely got that. I've still got Nintendo Wii somewhere. Quite possibly in storage. And yeah, I've got an Xbox. And then my PC. But it'd be nice if I could have like a... Mainly I actually get the PlayStation 2. Because obviously you can play a lot of PS1 games on it. And I'd have loved to have still had the original Nintendo, because there's a few games that sort of came up in that sort of thought I had about games that you played that no one else seems to remember. And one of my big ones is Kabuki Quantum Fighter, which was this sort of 2.5D platformer. I want to say it came out in like the early 90s. And it was all about this soldier who put their mind into a computer to try and fight a virus that was going to destroy the world. But yeah, I remember playing it. I still hear the music play in my head quite a few times. I mean, I talked about having this like internal jukebox in my brain. So I still have that. But another one that came up is a PlayStation game. I can't remember the full name off the top of my head. But it was a game called Jade Cocoon. And it was very much like Pokemon. That sort of idea of like, you go out into the wilds around your home, you find these creatures, and you can like capture them and train them and like level them up. And the thing is, these games are not very long. It's like, if you're really, really good at them, you could run through them in like a few hours. Like, they're not long, in-depth epics. But, you know, you can still play through them. In like a decent amount of time. But yeah, whenever I talk about those games, it's like no one seems to remember them. There are a couple that I do remember playing that people do remember. Games like Primal comes up a lot. There was a Nintendo game I played called Captain Skyhawk. That comes up. One that I would like to see remastered, not remade. But I don't know if it could because of the humor that's in it. It's a game called Hogs of War. And it's basically, imagine if the First World War, I think it was the First World War, could have been the second actually. Or actually could have been a little bit of both. But yeah, imagine if that was fought by pigs. It could have actually been the Second World War. Actually, yeah, now I think of it, I think it's the Second World War. But yeah, it's a comedic game, kind of like 3D Worms-esque. It's a turn-based kind of comedy strategy game. But one of the reasons why I want it to be a remaster and not a remake is because of the voice acting. All of the characters are voiced by Rick Mayall. Which means it is hilarious. Ah, yes. I got the protective one. So yeah, with all the voices being Rick Mayall, it's hilarious. But it does sort of hover over the line of what might be acceptable comedy. Because part of it is it does lean on some cultural stereotypes. So I think if you tried to pitch the game today, it wouldn't work. You would probably get told no. But yeah, it's one of those, the comedy is very of its time, but I still find it funny. I'm not sure what that says about me, but Rick Mayall is one of those comedians I grew up watching. I was watching it probably when I shouldn't have been. Probably a bit young. But I suppose you could say that actually about a lot of cultural things, particularly in the 90s. There was that thing of, you know, people not really I was gonna say no, but they did care. About sort of what people were watching, and it's like there was censorship. There absolutely was. There's been censorship ever since there's been television. But I think because there wasn't the sort of complete presence of the internet at this point. I mean, the first smartphones came out when I was in college. When I was in uni, so you know, I'd already left secondary school by the time smartphones came around, for which I am eternally grateful for, because if I'd have had to go through my secondary school experience in the era of smartphones, oh yeah, no. Just no, absolutely not. not a cat's chance in hell would I have made it out. I mean, I didn't even make it out unscathed, but I definitely would not have made it out of secondary school intact. Absolutely not. So yeah, this is where I kind of worry for like my little nibblings. But you know, they've got good heads on their shoulders, so I think it's the right level of concern that I have. But yeah, they've got good heads on their shoulders. Those little ones. Well, they're not that little. They're as tall as me. They're all gonna tower over me. And I'll go back to being the short one in the family again. I think I need to look through all the stuff on this again, because I'm looking at these symbols when they come up with the... Because with the quick start you just get a random level up, you don't get to choose. And there's some of these symbols, it's taking me a second to remember what they are. I'm also aware that as time is going on in each level, I'm very aware that I'm dropping frames. And there is a bit of a lag. But I think that's because I'm hoping that's because I'm running all, you know, the Avatar's a separate program. So I'm running all three of these together. So hopefully this will not be an issue once I make the switch over. But at least I know it works. And it works how I want it to. It just responds to the microphone directly. It doesn't respond to anything else that the microphone might pick up, and I'm dead. I was thinking, why have I got two of them, but I've got the ring and the arrow, so of course I've got the two of them. Right, Candelabra's area of attack? Yes, the base area, good. Okay, I'm starting to remember. I still remember some of this. Okay, I've not completely forgotten everything. Because I have had that happen with games. Where I've gone back to playing it after a while, and I'm like, how do I do this again? And I've forgotten every single control. Like every single one. My mind has just gone a complete blank. I can't even remember where I saw it actually. I think it might have been Instagram. Where someone designed this little graphic thing that said that it should come up that if you haven't played a game in a while, like in like a few months, what it should give you is like a little refresher of like, or the option of, would you like a refresher of the controls? Before you open up the game. Or like when you open up the game, it's like, do you want to just sort of play around for a couple minutes so you remember the controls? It's like, here's a safe space in this game so you can remember what to do. And it's like, yes, that's a brilliant idea. Because there's times where I can go, you know, I'll play a game, I'll play it and play it and play it. And then I won't touch it for months. The worst one for me with that is The Sims. Absolutely. It's like, I've not done it in a long, long time, but I have pulled all-nighters on The Sims. So I have done it in the past. I've not done it in a long time, but I have done it. But then I'll go through those stages, and then after that, there will be periods of... I could easily go 4, 5, 6 months without loading it up once. I mean, I'll keep track. You know, I'll sort of look at what's happening. I'm seeing what's happening with this whole thing with the marketplace and EA trying to basically phase out content creators not being under, or custom content creators not being under their control, or like them not being able to profit off them. Because a lot of the CC, I mean, I don't use that much CC. With my Sim stuff, I prefer gameplay mods over custom content. I do have some custom content, but it's not as much. Let's see, the gameplay mods I have on the mods I have on Skyrim are more, not Skyrim, The Sims are more gameplay mods. Because I'm more a gameplay modder than a visuals modder. That just seems to be my way across any game if I choose to mod it. I want things that are going to add more gameplay. Yeah, there's a couple of things I will add into fine-tune visuals and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm more of a gameplay mod. Or mods that make some of the shortcuts a little bit easier. Right. Okay, so this works. Game does lag a little bit. I'm hoping that just could be... Let's see, this is the version that's on Epic Games. So it could be that, I don't know. But it could be because I'm obviously running... I'm running Streamlabs, the PNG, and the game, all from the one sort of integrated system. But the main thing is, the avatar works, it responds to me, and just me, so yay! Right. I think that will actually do, so yeah. I do like the fact that it's got the little fangs in it. That is nice. I do like the fangs. There was a couple of different mouth options I have, but I like this one with the fangs. I just need to convince my dentist to give me some. That might take a while. I don't know how receptive my dentist would be to giving me fangs. My dentist is probably sick of me already. Right. So yeah, that was just a kind of end, sort of little test run for this avatar. So it works. Yay. Program worked a little slow, so that could be a game thing, because Vampire Survivors can get pretty fast paced, so maybe if I played something a bit more chill. But that is something that I can deal with on when I make the switch to this. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. Redesign is in progress. Again, the color palette, the vibe is still going to be the kind of same. The main thing I think I'm going to tweak now that I have this avatar up and running is I'm probably going to tweak the layout a little bit. Right then. Might as well put this up, because that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, this was just a little quick stream just to see if it's gonna work. Luckily it does. And I say it works how I want it to. Rollmeister, hello! And also goodbye, because I'm just sort of wrapping up. I was only ever going to be on for about an hour or so, and it's kind of getting near that point. So yeah, this was just a test to see if the avatar worked and how it worked when I was playing a game. And yeah, it seems to work pretty well. So I'm pleased with that. This has been a good test, I think. So I'm not sure when the next stream is going to be. Like I say, it will depend on how long it takes me to get the new setup up and running. But I will try and keep things updated as best I can. And I'm sure I'll be popping up here and there. I mean, it's the internet, everybody does that. So, yeah, I'm just gonna have to love you and leave you at this point. So, until next time. I mean, I hope if you dropped in this has been entertaining. If it hasn't, I hope you find someone that does entertain you, and I'm sorry it's not me. And until next time, love you, bye!